No grades at stake, gentlemen. Just take a stroll. There it is. I don't know, but I've been told doing poetry is cold. Left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left, left. Halt! Thank you, gentlemen. If you notice, everyone started off with their own stride, their own pace. Mr. Pitts, taking his time. He knew he'll get there one day. Mr. Cameron, you can see him thinking, is this right? It might be right, it might be right. I know that. Maybe not, I don't know. Mr. Overstreet, driven by a deeper force. Yes. We know that, all right. And I didn't bring them up here to ridicule them. I brought them up here to illustrate the point of conformity, the difficulty in maintaining your own beliefs in the face of others. Now, those of you, I see the look in your eyes like, I would have walked differently. Well, ask yourselves why you are clapping. And we all have a great need for acceptance. But you must trust that your beliefs are unique, your own, even though others may think them odd or unpopular, even though the herd may go, that's bad. Robert Frost said, 2 roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. Now, I want you to find your own walk right now, your own way of striding, pacing, any direction, anything you want, whether it's proud, whether it's silly, anything. Gentlemen, the courtyard is yours. You don't have to perform. Just make it for yourself. Mr. Dalton, you'll be joining us.
Exercising the right not to walk.
Thank you, Mr. Dalton. Just to illustrate the point. Swim against the stream.
Meet ya one day, maybe next week. I'm gonna meet ya, I'll meet ya.
Premeditated murder is the most serious charge tried in our criminal courts.
Now, these are facts. You can't refute facts. The kid is guilty.
In the event that you find the accused guilty, the death sentence is mandatory in this case.
He's 18 years old. He's still got to pay for what he did.
However you decide, your verdict must be unanimous.
All those voting guilty, please raise your hands. Those voting not guilty? 1. What do you want?
Just want to talk. Well, what's there to talk about?
The knife and the way it was bought is pretty strong evidence, don't you think?
All right, let's talk about it.
Somebody saw the kid stab his father. What more do we need?
She described the stabbing by saying she saw the boy raise his arm over his head and stab down into the father's chest.
I feel need to go and form under him.
How do you know?
Were you in the room when the father was killed?
This fighting, that's not why we are here, to fight. We have a responsibility.
Well, what are you giving us here?
This woman testified in open court. The kid said he was going to kill him, and he did kill him.
Supposing he talked us all out of this, and the kid really did, and I just found it.
It was obvious, to me anyway, that the boy's entire story was flimsy.
Nobody knows him. Nobody quotes him.
I'm trying to settle something here, do you mind?
Kill him, Alt! Kill him!
In 1964, Kitty Genovese was brutally stabbed to death in Queens, New York. The attack lasted over 30 minutes. Her assailant twice left the scene and returned to continue the assault. 38 witnesses watched from their apartment windows, neither coming to her aid nor calling the police as she cried for help. The public was outraged over the apparent callousness and lack of social responsibility on the part of the bystanders. Intrigued by the bystanders' inaction, Princeton psychologist John Darley and his colleague Bibb Latané decided to try to identify the factors that produce this type of passivity.
The key to unlocking this is the fact that 38 people failed to help. That's what shocks us. And if we picture one person looking, turning away and failing to help, another person looking, turning away, that's awful. That's terrifying. But if we realize that there were complex networks of relationships between the bystanders, and that these networks tend, the effects that produces tend to cascade to produce no responding, then we get it. And what's so terrifying turns out to be the explanatory cue.
Darley and Latané hypothesized that the presence of others can influence an individual's interpretation of events. Emergencies occur infrequently and often are ambiguous. For example, is this man experiencing a medical emergency, or is he perhaps intoxicated? Is action warranted in this situation? When in a group, a person checks the reactions of others. If other observers appear calm and indifferent, it is assumed everything must be okay. One concludes, the man must be drunk, and continues walking. By contrast, when a bystander is alone, the hypothesis predicts he or she is more likely to assess the situation accurately, and then provide help to the individual in distress.